think we were able to get a little bit more aggressive on the offensive end and get in the paint. We changed our scheme a little bit, went to more of a dribble drive type offense, if you will, where we were just trying to drive off of one another, get to multiple drives, and we were able to put the ball in the basket a little bit better. We got off to a really slow start the second half, and then the stops we were able to get in the latter part of the game, that allowed us to get a slight lead and then hold on to it.
Coach, same thing I asked players. Talk about Mo on the offensive glass, and your team is total of 11 offensive rebounds in the game. So just touch on that a bit.
Yeah, Mo is he's one of my favorite players that I've ever coached, and his future is really, really bright as a player. Unfortunately, he's really hard on himself. So if a play doesn't go his way, he gets so upset with himself, and so we're just trying to get him to focus on, as we say, choose to see the good, when there's a lot of good to see in Mo, on and off the court. So he gave us a big lift. I kept thinking, I need to get him a break because he looked like he was fatigued out there, but we just couldn't do that because Richmond's so good at making you pay when he's off the floor, when Trey's off the floor. I got to take my hat off to Richmond. We played them 3 times, obviously, this year. I think they're a terrific basketball team, and Kendall Anthony's one of the best competitors I've ever been around. I've been coaching for 16 years, and he's terrific. I'm just really glad that we don't have to play against him ever again, because this is the 9th time we've played him, and I think 8 out of the 9 times he's played phenomenal, and I'm just so impressed with him and their whole team. I think they have a really, really well-rounded team, and Coach Mooney and the staff done a terrific job.
Tim?
Shaka, what is different with Melvin right now? What's the difference with him?
I think he's playing with a clear head. Mel had a great start to the year, but then after that, he's had some ups and downs. He's dealt with some stuff off the court that maybe you guys might not know about, and all those things maybe combined to cloud his head up at times over the course of the past couple of months. He hasn't played terrible. I mean, he's averaged 12 points a game for us, and he's had some games. He's really been a terrific player, but he hasn't been as consistent as he wants to be. But I think these last couple of games he's playing much more with a clear head. I don't know exactly why. Maybe it's coming off the bench. Maybe he finally got to the point where he said, you know what, forget all those other things. Let me just do what I can do to help my team, and he's definitely helping his team.
Not following that. Can you elaborate?
Let's get you a microphone, Tim.
Sorry. Can you elaborate on what else was going on with him mentally?
No.
Shaka, how's the team's state of mind been over the past month, obviously going through some adversity, and where are they maybe now after this win today as opposed to how you felt a couple days ago?
Well, I think when any team goes through multiple setbacks, if you go back, we lost to Richmond, and Bree played in the first game against Richmond. They beat us with Bree. He got hurt with 3 minutes left, but that was just a tough loss. And then obviously with the injury, if a team that's I think 7-0, we were at the point in the league. If an undefeated 7-0 team, as much as it can be set back by one day between the loss and the injury, that's how much we were set back. And then after that, in the course of the next, I think, month or 5 weeks, we lost 4 really close games. That 2 of them without Trey, where we really battled and did a lot of good things. But Marcus Posley hits a buzzer beater. LaSalle takes us into double overtime, beats us. And sometimes when your team's a little bit younger, or when you're missing a key guy, or when another key guy's a little hobbled, then you struggle a little bit to finish those games. And that did affect our confidence as a team. There's no question about it. I think we're still in the process of kind of rebuilding and getting back to who we want to be approach-wise and mentality-wise. This was a big day for that because our guys respect Richmond and know how good of a team they are.
Shaka, you had talked yesterday about the double overtime game, how fans thought were telling you it was a very exciting game. There was a different perspective from coaches and players. This was certainly an outstanding game. Do you enjoy this game because you won, or is the stress and the pressure going through it still make it impossible to really?
Yeah, that's a great question. It's something that I'm really working on personally because the conventional thinking in coaching is if you win, you're happy, and if you lose, you're upset. And what that can do as a person is take you on an incredible roller coaster throughout the course of the season that isn't necessarily good for you emotionally or for your family. So I've been trying to work on that. I'm not gonna lie to you and say I felt good after that last Richmond game, where I don't feel good now. But the tournament setting's a little different because we play Davidson in less than 24 hours, so you don't really have time to get too excited. But yeah, I think from an outside standpoint, these Richmond VCU games have been really exciting. Both teams have fought like crazy and battled, and they've been great moments on both sides. There's been terrific individual play by guys like Anthony. Throughout the game, I'm just trying to hang in there and do the right thing for our team and not try to get too caught up in we're down 8 or we went up or whatever it may be. So that's a process.
2 more questions back here.
Coach, Jaquan just mentioned his conversation with Briante. How important is it to have him traveling with you?
Bree?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's nowhere else for him to be. We're on spring break, so he wouldn't have it any other way. I mean, actually, the 2 games he missed, let's see, our Dayton game and then the game at Davidson. And it definitely, not blaming the games on that, but it definitely hurt not having him there in terms of his impact. He set the tone for our team as a player. He was the one guy on our team that, kind of like a couple of the guys we've had in the past, guys that played on that Final Four team, he thinks he's better than everyone in the whole country. We don't really have anyone else like that, so he can rub off on the guys a little bit with that from the bench. Obviously, it's not the same as him being out there on the court.
Shaka, you were 3 for 20, I think, and 3 for 19 in the first 2 games from 3. What was different?
Well, that was the difference. I mean, let's be honest. Everybody thinks if you win, you played well. If you lose, you didn't play well. But the difference was 3-point shooting, and I think we were 6 for 49 or 39, whatever it was like 15% in those 2 games. And I sat up here yesterday and told you at some point the shots are going to fall, and fortunately in the first half a lot of those balls were able to go in, and then Doug's 3 was as big as any of them from the corner.
All right.